Today I'm going to talk to you about using the IntelliVolume. The first thing I'm going to do is actually show you where it is. So if you move down to Source Setup, hit Enter, and then we see here it says IntelliVolume. If you press Enter again, now what you have here is an independent volume for every single input that you can increase and decrease. And the whole idea about this is the fact that different sources have different volumes. And I'll explain that to you a bit better right now. So let's say, for example, you've got your trusty CD player which you plug into your Onkyo AV receiver, and you can listen to it quite happily. Turn the volume up, volume down, no problem at all. Now if you actually add a second device, this is where the IntelliVolume starts to actually work, because you may put the same disc into, let's say, the BluRay player that you see. You don't actually touch the volume on the amplifier, but you find you actually get a different volume that you're actually listening to. Then let's say you have that same piece of music on an old piece of vinyl, and you have your turntable, you plug it in, and you find out the volume of the turntable is much lower than the other two devices. And this causes a bit of a problem because you have to keep turning the volume up, turning the volume down, depending which input you select. And then we add a streaming music and video device that again will actually have a different output signal. So as you're switching between these devices, the sound will increase, decrease, increase. It's going to be different every single time you actually select a different input. Not only could this be actually annoying, it could actually be dangerous. If you're listening to the turntable one day and you've had to turn the volume up, you turn the system off, you come back the next morning and you select, let's say, the DVD player or the CD player, it's going to end up being very loud, and this could actually do damage to your speakers. And as you can actually see here on the chart, the more devices you actually add to your system, which any normal person would do, you would have different volume levels across every single input. Now the really cool thing about the IntelliVolume is if you actually spend the time to switch between the inputs, go into the setup menu, you can actually stop this from happening. You can actually decrease or increase each individual input to allow you to balance the sound across all of the units you're actually using. So what will end up happening is as you switch between inputs, you get no change or very little change across every input. So it becomes that much more user friendly. The only thing you do have to watch out for is not to increase an input too much, because that could actually cause distortion and clipping. So what this actually means is you could actually watch a documentary, as you can see here, off a satellite channel, or alternatively you could pop a Blu-ray disc in, press play, switch over the inputs, and you could listen to some music without having to jump out of your chair or reach for the remote to adjust the volume. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.